get that rich. I've been working on my shit. Milk the whole game twice. Gotta get it how I live. I've been
Hey guys, it's your boy Jay Demore, and I'm here with my friend Question Mark, and we're here to talk about my album. Hi, Question Mark.
Hi, Jay Demore.
Do you have a name?
I can go.
Oh, this is Martinez.
Martinez.
It's a Hispanic name, but he's not Hispanic at all.
No.
But yeah, but this is my new show called The Road to My Release, and we're here to talk about my album and everything leading up to that. So I'm excited.
So I'm very excited.
So where are we getting started? Oh, before we get started, y'all, this is my Whitney Houston towel. I don't know if y'all can see it, but it's hot in here, and I have to, when I start dabbing, you know, it's just because I'm hot, so. Okay, anyway, where are we getting started?
I was gonna say I'm gonna let you pass and then we'll start.
All right, I'm ready.
Let's go. All right, so before we get started, how about you tell us the name of your album and why you picked it?
Wow. The name of my album. Well, this is actually a really interesting story. I first started working on my album in 2014, and this went through like 5 different name changes. But now I finally settled on a really awesome title called Covers. Awesome. And the reason why I picked that title was because when I finished writing the last song of the album, I was in bed under my covers, and I was feeling like Miss Sophia said, I was feeling mighty blue. And I was literally in bed writing this song, and I was like, I'm so sad. Like, I just want to pull up the covers, and I just want to stay here. And I was like, that's actually pretty dope. And I was like, yeah, let's call it Covers. And so that's what I did. Yeah.
That is an awesome title. I actually really love that. So, in real life,
you ain't got to lie, Craig.
You ain't got to lie. But so how many tracks do we expect? So you're finished now, so
it's finished. It's officially finished. I received my master copy, not my degree. A master copy of the album. Was it last Saturday? I think last Saturday. So yeah, it's officially completed.
Track count?
Track count. We're officially at 11. But I'm thinking about doing a special bonus track for those that pre-order the album. Bonus.
Gotta love a bonus. Gotta love a bonus. So, how long did the album take you to make?
Oh God.
To finish, I'm sorry, not to make.
How long did it take to finish?
Recording wise.
Recording wise?
Yes.
Well, I initially started recording songs and writing songs in the spring of 2014. So it's like 2 years, 15, 16, yeah. So a little over 2 years. And it's changed so much. So it took me about 2 years to get all my pieces together, write the songs, then change the songs, have the album done, then change it again because of something in my life that changed. So yeah. About 2 years, which I didn't think it was gonna take me that long. Because the first portion of the album that I had that was finished, it took me 3 weeks. So I feel like, I don't know if you guys are Beyonce fans, but hopefully you are. Her second album, Be That, took her 2 weeks to finish, and like my first album took me 3. So I was aiming for that excellence, but I didn't feel like it was ready. So yeah,
it wasn't ready.
It wasn't ready. But now it is. God is good.
So give us the inside scoop. How many times have you felt like you were finished?
I feel like I was finished 5 times. I've literally at this point made 5 different albums. So unless anything in my life changes over the next couple years, then those other 4 albums will be the next ones to come out. But no, yeah. So seriously, yeah, it's like literally I've changed this album 5 times, and only 2 songs from the original album are still on this finished product. Everything else is new. So.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So, moving into the actual music a little bit, what kind of sound, production-wise, did you kind of have in the back of your mind before you went to the studio?
Wow. I've always, well, I don't know if anybody watching Dreamgirls, but there's this scene in Dreamgirls when they're like unveiling Dina and the Dreams, and Curtis and his mother-in-law are sitting in the audience, and she's like, Mr. Taylor, I never thought my daughter had much of a voice. And so that's kind of where I have always been in my life. Like, I never thought, and she has a quality. You make it sound like a product. And that's what I felt like. Like, literally, I felt like my voice didn't have I felt like it had a quality, but not a personality. So at that point, you have to play to your strengths. And I thought my strength was pop. But then as I actually started to develop more as an artist, I realized that it actually did. Now I was just doubting myself. So I realized that it actually had more than I thought it did. So it became like an R&B themed album. So I started drawing on a lot of my R&B influences. And yeah, so it initially was a pop album that transformed into an R&B album that transformed into an R&B jazz fusion pop album. So it kind of has like a lot of different things.
You know, so much happening.
Right, there's so much happening. It is.
Bop.
It is. It really is. There's a lot happening.
So, okay. So, would you say that you're pleased with the final outcome when it comes to the sound?
Am I pleased with the final outcome? Yes and no. Yes and no. I feel like it was. What was the question? I'm sorry, y'all. It's too much going on. So much happening.
Are you pleased?
Am I pleased with the sound? Yes and no. Yes and no. I'm pleased with the way the music came out of me. I'm pleased with in the direction that the album took me. I'm pleased with the record as a whole because it's cohesive. Bless you.
Thank you.
But I'm not pleased with some of the things. I guess because I was the person that was literally making the music, that I would sometimes feel like there was something I could have changed here, or something I could have did here better, or this could have been layered more, or there could have been 2 harmonies instead of 3, or there could have been 4 harmonies instead of 2, like stuff like that. But I ultimately feel good about it. I mean, I'm proud of the work that I did, and I hope that the people that would be buying the album and streaming it and downloading it feel the same. So it's something I most definitely feel proud of, if that makes sense.
Take pride in your work.
Black Lives Matter. Allegedly.
And on that note,
Dump Trump and Hillary. Vote independent, cause it's a fool. But that's a whole nother.
it's a whole nother discussion. Tune in next time. But who would you say inspires you? Clearly not Trump or Hillary. So.
Clearly, I'm not here for either of them.
But who are you here for, child?
I'm here for my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Team Jesus.
Team Jesus Cristo. No, seriously. Who am I here for? What do you mean?
Who inspires you? Who inspires your sound?
Who inspires my sound? Okay, there we go. Because they can go in so many different directions. Who inspires my sound? I grew up in a house where a lot of old school music was played. A lot of Anita Baker, a lot of Al Green, a lot of Al Green. A little bit of Michael, even though I'm more of a Prince fan because Prince has more quality music. To me, Michael was an entertainer, and Prince was an artist. So that's just my opinion, my personal opinion. Don't punch me. Michael has some nice thoughts, but if you want something of substance, you go listen to Prince, who actually talks about more things in depth. I felt like Michael was great. And we all aspire to have that level of greatness in us. But when it came to making my album, I was more inspired by Prince, Anita, Al Green, a little bit of Aretha when she was skinny. Really, really inspired by Destiny's Child and Beyonce, and sometimes Usher on a good day. Old school Usher, none of this new lips, kisses stuff. There's too much going on. Keep your body parts to yourself. No, that was when he was going through his divorce with Tamika, and I don't have time for that fake love. Even though it did, birth 2 nice children and stuff like that, but that's another story. But yeah, I was influenced by a lot of people. Justin Timberlake, old Justin, not new Justin. A lot of people. I was inspired by one of my best friends, Taylor and Jasmine. They're artists out of Houston, and a lot of their music is so futuristic. It's very Janae Aiko. Okay. Inspired by Janae Aiko. Come on, Janae. And they have a really futuristic sound, and it sounds so beautiful. And I was inspired by them, and so I was inspired by a lot of people.
Okay, well then let's focus a little bit more. Tell us about your favorite songs and lyrical highlights, and why.
On my album or in general?
In general, and then we'll come back to your album.
Okay, my favorite songs. Wow. Okay, that's really easy. My favorite song in the whole wide world is "Happy Face" by Destiny's Child. That is my favorite song. It's off their 2001 album Survivor, and it's my favorite song. This song is something I can listen to every day because it's inspirational, it's motivational, it's proactive, and the message is so powerful. It's just like I woke up and realized this world is not so bad after all. I looked at it through a child's eyes, and I saw these beautiful things that you never think about, like the ocean, moonlight, stars, and clouds. And it's just like we don't think about stuff like that. And we're always so focused on the negative aspect of our world that we often forget just to be grateful for the small things. And that's one of my favorite songs in the whole wide world. Another one of my favorite songs is "Tired of Being Alone" by Al Green. That is one of my favorite. I've been singing that song since I was 3. That's one of my favorite songs.
Yes, also.
Tired of being alone. I'm so tired of being alone. Just help me, girl, as soon as you can. It's just one of my favorite songs. I also love I love Anita Baker too. She has a very nice quality. With all my heart, I love you, baby. And then, caught up in the rapture of love.
Yeah.
I love Anita.
I love it.
I love Anita.
She's amazing.
Yeah.
Such a unique sound.
And, you know, even Aretha, I need you, I need you, and I need you too. And I love Anita. And that's and Aretha and a lot of people. Yeah.
Okay. So, what are your favorite songs on your album?
Okay.
What are your lyrical highlights?
Awesome. Before I say that, I gotta dab again because that's still hot. Favorite songs on my album. I would say every song, but that's not true. There's some songs. No, seriously, there's some songs here that I didn't want on the final project. But when I had the creative staff of my company, House of Door Productions, to sit and listen to the album the first time, we made choices on what to keep and what not to. Yeah, I have a company, House of Door Productions. It's been my production company since 2012. Major coins, major key voice. But no, when we had our first sit down to listen to the album, there were 2 songs that I hated, but people loved it, and the 2 people on staff loved it, so we kept it. So when it comes to my favorite songs on the album, I absolutely love a song called Fade Away. It was actually the last song I recorded for the album. And we'll talk about that when we get to talking about the album more, but Fade Away is one of my favorite songs. Red Lights is one of my favorite songs. And I think maybe Blur. I love Blur. One of my favorite songs. So yeah, I think those were like the 3 favorites, even though it's a lot more songs on the album. But the first thing that comes to mind is Fade Away. Because like, I literally felt like I put a lot of me into Fade Away. But I put a lot of me into Red Lights too, because I wrote that after a breakup. And that song feels really real to me. So yeah, but yeah.
Really real.
It feels really real.
Not real.
Exactly. That's a song. So I don't know who sang that though. But yeah, let's see, lyrical highlights of the album.
Yes.
Well, Covers started out as like just a party album, started out as a dance album because I wanted club hits. I wanted stuff we could listen to in Spectrum and at Senses and, you know, lipsticks and stuff like that in other places, not just here in Memphis, but just everywhere. But it started as a dance album. Then I was like, you know what? I don't want to have something that's just fluff. I want to have something that has some substance. You know, you just smell. We don't do drugs in this. We don't do drugs in this. We don't. But no, I literally want something of substance. So it became more of a gritty album that became more personal. And by the time we got to this final, I guess, rendition, it became a breakup album. It became a relationship album. It became telling my story and self-healing myself through these horrible, atrocious situations that have occurred over the past 2 years. So yeah. So a lot of the lyrical highlights have to do with my personal pain. It's a lot of personal lyrics in there as well. And just let me throw a disclaimer right there real quick. This has nothing, well, I'll take it back. It's personal experiences, but at this point in my life, I'm healed, and this has been therapy for me. So when my exes and people that I've talked to listen to this album, these are past feelings that I've had towards these people. It's nothing current. Okay. It's nothing that I'm still holding this anger and I still want to bash your head. It's nothing like that. It's like, this is what I feel at the moment. Because a lot of times when I wrote the songs, I would literally write them in the moment when something happened. Or I'd write them afterwards or days later, and it would be the experience that was still fresh. So a lot of this stuff is old wounds that have healed, and it's just me allowing myself to heal. So a lot of the lyrical highlights have to do with breakups. Fade Away would be the most recent. So, well, it's a most recent relationship and then one from earlier this year too, but it's the most personal, I'll say, of the album, Fade Away. Yeah.
Come through, K. Michelle, with these breakups.
We don't
no
do,
50 million.
we don't do fake bodies. We don't do that at all.
The read is real.
No, but I love K. Michelle. K. Michelle is awesome. She's really awesome. I love her music. Her second album, Black Lives Matter, was so true.
Memphis. So Memphis.
Come through Memphis.
Come through Memphis.
It goes down in the DMs, you know.
It does. It really does.
It goes down.
So would you say the overall theme or mood of your album is breakup?
The overall theme is, it actually is a breakup album. It starts with me being broken, extremely broken, and then it develops over time to me healing myself, to going back out into dating, and then to making some mistakes and picking myself up, and it ends on a pivotal moment where, you know, you have that little we'll talk about it later. But yeah, it goes through the process of breaking up and getting yourself back together. So yeah, it's actually pretty awesome. But yeah, I just want to snap this because I'm so excited.
I was like, what are you doing?
I'm snapping.
Snap it.
Snap it. Yeah. So yeah, but it's overall a breakup album. It is. Bop it, twist it, hit it. Yeah. It's overall. Yeah. For viewing episode 1 of the awesome show Road to the album release. Actually, it's Road to Covers because we have a name for the album. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys subscribe, like, share, also comment below.
Sure.